Welcome to Ren Behind the Practice. I'm Sophie Campisi. I'm a holistic business strategist, and I spend a lot of my time in conversation with practitioners, coaches, and healers about the behind the scenes of their businesses. What I started noticing is that some of the most honest, important conversations about building a practice were happening quietly, one-on-one, behind the scenes, and often in isolation. Most practitioners are incredibly skilled at the work they do with their clients, but very few of us were ever taught or trained in how to build a successful startup business. And suddenly we've been left to figure it out on our own. This podcast exists to bring those conversations forward. The dreams, the uncertainty, the highs and lows, the recalibrations, and the messy middle. My hope is that by normalizing these conversations, we can soften the stigma, feel less alone, and start closing the gaps together. Today's guest is Smriti Ganeriwal. Smriti is from Mumbai, India, and she is a dog lover, travel enthusiast, and a gifted clairvoyant. Smriti, it's great to have you. Thank you so much for showing up to have this conversation with me.
Hi, Sophie. It's so great to be here, and I'm really excited to move ahead with this podcast.
Before we look behind the scenes today, can you share with us a little bit more about the work that you do?
So, the brief that you gave about me, I'm just going to continue from there. Hi, everyone. My name is Smriti Ganeriwal. I'm a gifted clairvoyant. I have been in this field for around 12 years. The modalities that I practice is tarot, numerology, signature analysis, Reiki healing, candle magic, and much more. I can go on talking about the modalities I do, but it's going to be a conversation for the other time. My brand name is Keys by Smriti. This brand name I chose because keys represent an opening for me. So I wanted to be the pathway for other people to be there, to be seen, to be heard. My main motto is to help you find the root cause of your problems. I do not judge in any of my conversations, any of my healings. I keep my mind, heart, and spirit open. So there is no judgment whatsoever.
Is the main way that you work with people one-on-one?
Yes, it's one-on-one. And I do also have group sessions, but if anyone's coming in for a consult like first time, that will always be one-on-one.
Is the majority of your work done virtually or do you do in-person stuff?
I am completely virtual since last 6 years now.
6 years, you said?
Yes.
What's the main way that you connect with the clients that you have now, that you've had in the past? Where's the connection point typically happening?
So right now it is completely digital. And earlier, before we had Instagram free flowing so much, Facebook coming in, everything was word of mouth. A lot of exhibitions that we had to take part in, a lot of flea markets that I was a part of. And all of these things really nurtured me in the way I was a person who did not believe in the digital era at all. I'm like, I don't think I can do readings online. I need to meet the person. I need to understand the energy. How am I going to do that online? I was so hesitant during COVID that how do I go digital? I need one-on-one. But it's a learning. Everyone goes through these learnings. It's a part and parcel of life. And it's also a time of alignment when you go through these things. So you eventually start growing in this. What you are really hesitant of, those are the blocks that's stopping you from growing. So you need to let go of those blocks, be confident and move forward. The universe, the angels, and your spirit guides are always there behind you.
Especially coming from a point where you were very much against or just resistant to going online because you weren't sure if the work would work. What is your thought or your opinion about that now?
Completely changed. Like I would be like, okay, I wouldn't take anyone in person anymore. I'm like, just come online. I save time of my travel and you will save time on your travel. And like that, I can reach out to a wider audience. Now I can cater to worldwide. Earlier, I could just cater to in my own city or my own country. That too, it would be over a phone call or email, but this has just made me more confident. And though people have resistance with digital, they still want one on one till date. But I just find it so convenient because you're sitting at home and you can work from anywhere or even if you're traveling, you just need to have your cards, a laptop, or your phone and a good internet. So you're not missing out on those day to day this thing. And while you're traveling, also, you're not constantly thinking that, okay, I'm going to miss out so much of work until unless you're taking a complete break in this. So that's one thing that I have completely learned. And I somewhere find digital to be more easy and more approachable to a wider set of audience. But it also depends on what your niche and your target audience is at the end of the day. You cannot cater to everyone in what you're doing because not everyone understands what your portfolio is or what you are doing. Though it's been 12 years for me in this field, I still have to explain people what tarot is, what oracle reading is, what angel reading is. So people are still learning. People are the audience is warm about these things because of Instagram, TikTok, and all, but they still need to be nurtured in a way that they understand the difference between each modalities. That's something that everyone needs to understand that not all modalities work the same, not all divinations are the same, and not all healing practices are the same. They all have their own individuality and all used at different times and different aspects in anyone's life.
In your experience, how has your gifts of connection, of clairvoyance, and others responded to the shift to virtual?
So it responded really well. Honestly, the time when I started with virtual, because it was out of force, it was not out of that I had to go ahead and do digital because we were in quarantine. I couldn't land up going to my own office setup that I had. I couldn't take clients. And back when I started my practice, I was not living in my home city. I was living abroad, like I was living in Singapore. So the government rules and everything was quite strict. So I just sat one day down, calmed myself, did a little bit of breathing exercises, grounding exercises. And I was like, okay, let's try how this works out. So initially, I offered free readings just to get a hang of how the online work so that I don't feel guilty that if I am not in alignment to my clients' energies or with my energies and my clairvoyant gifts, I'm not doing justice. That's very important for me and for my brand also that if any client is in front of me, I am not aligned on that day. I make sure I cancel the appointment, whether it's a last minute appointment also, because you have to be in true sync with yourself. If you haven't slept properly, if the energies are feeling off that day, I just do not take the client. I'll message the client that today's energy doesn't resonate. We'll continue this another day when the energies are much better. So this becomes slightly more easier when it is digital because I don't have to wait for the client to come to me. And it's not that, okay, I'm canceling at a last moment, or if the client's coming like from 2 hours away, they don't have that travel time. It's easier because the client is sitting at home or the client is at office and doing the work from there. So it's just better this way. And your gifts really start adapting slowly and steadily to the digital world. You just have to have confidence. You have to do your daily rituals of protection, cleansing, energizing. That is extremely important before you sit for any healing, reading, or anything that you're doing virtually with your clients. So that's something that I would tell all the listeners that don't forget to do this. Even at the end of the day, do grounding. That's something very, very important.
When you look ahead to the next 6 to 12 months, what goals do you have for your work and for your practice?
So my goal is to reach a more wider audience and I want to help heal people who really need the clarity in their life and help them find the root cause of the problems and send them to the transformation era that they're looking for. Especially the world peace right now, what it is at, it's not something great. And my heart goes out to the wars that's happening around the world. It's just crazy. And right now, There are so many people who need our help, who want that resource out there just because there's so much fear and anxiety to what's going to happen next. Is there going to be enough oil? Is there going to be enough food? And all those fears really add up to people. And that's where I step in, or the other healers and readers step in just to help calm them and allow them to move forward. I also foresee launching two products of mine, which one product has been delayed for 2 years, which is all because it was not in alignment. Mercury retrograde just happened to mess up things for me. But finally, I have completed that. I'm just waiting to find the correct people and go ahead and design everything to launch it and publish it out in the world. That's something that I'm looking forward to.
What do you think that you need to do to get to this place of reaching this next group of people and clients and having that steady, consistent client flow? And even for, I love how you said you have this product you've been working on, but your goal is to find the right group of people to match it to so that then you can fine tune and really make it be a fit. That's so important and so wise in business building. What do you feel like you need to do to get there?
So networking is something that is extremely important here. Because since my work is completely digital, amount of content to reach out to people is important. We do make a lot of mistakes in our content. That is completely fine. We learn from those mistakes. So how can you make your content better? That is very important. And I learn every single day. Till it's been almost a year since I've been recording content, and now I do it single handedly. I was extremely camera shy when I first started in, and now I can just shoot. Like, give me the script, give me everything, and I'll be like, okay, in 10 minutes, this video is going to get recorded, and I'll hand it over. But even in that, there are mistakes that happen, which is completely okay. The more raw you are on camera, the better connection the audience has. Just that's something that I have learned over the phase, is that be natural, don't be superficial on camera, be as real as you can get. Only then you'll be having the audience connect. Do not copy anyone else's content. That's something that is extremely, extremely important. Take inspiration. That's what I do. I take inspiration from the peers, from people who I take as my ideal, and that's how I get my content ideas. Burnouts are very natural in this. It's happened with me over a period of time. And that's when I slowly decide to take a break and rejuvenate myself and come back. So I do have a team that handles my social media. And I just tell them that, okay, give me a break for this month. I'm not going to be recording videos. You'll manage it anyhow. I'll give you one or two main videos that's required, and post that. You'll manage the content. Though that people think that, okay, this is going to affect growth. This is not going to get in enough clients, but that is completely fine. If 1 month you are not earning enough, like people have this fantasy that they want to earn $10,000 every month. That's not going to happen. We live in a realistic world. Not every month can go the same. You do have highs and lows. And this is the most tough thing that I have learned in over my period of my journey. So in the last 6 years, with the ups and downs that I've faced with my business, I know what to go ahead and do now, and how much you can earn in this and how much you can't. You have to be true to yourself. Don't start undervaluing yourself or underestimating what you charge because you're not getting clients. The moment you stick to your pricing, you are in your alignment, clients will come to you. Word of mouth in this industry works really well. And I have seen that for myself, that if you really know the way to talk to your clients, word of mouth will happen immensely because they'll start recommending you to others. And it's just the way how you progress with the conversations with your client. You don't have to be very salesy in this field, you need to be very approachable, very direct, a very emotional and connect worthy that you need to have in this. So that's how you can move forward. And if 1 month you just want to take a break, I have done that. I have not worked in that month, and everything was easy. I still got clients coming in to me even while I was traveling. When I had completely messaged my group of clients that I'm traveling, I won't be taking clients from this day to this day. And but universe had different alignment issue and wanted me to take clients while I was on my trip. So that's how energy works. So if your client resonates with you, if people need, they'll find you at any given point.
So many things that you said are they're so true. It's so valuable. I think that one of the things going back specifically to content is that it's something that's come up with so many people. This social media growth myth that the more you post, the better it is. The more you post, the more clients that you get. And it's not true. And one of the other things about it is like the name of the game when it comes to long-term business sustainability and getting clients, connecting with clients, serving clients is trust. It's building trust. And, there's not one clear answer for how you build trust with people. But what we do know is authenticity and being real is absolutely fundamental to all of that. And it no longer works for consumers. Uh, a lot of the stuff that used to, but some of the things that people used to think matter, having it be really polished and having it be perfect and having a very consistent cadence that never changes. Something has to go out this day and this day. None of that stuff actually matters in the long run. What matters is the trust building. So if you are able to connect with your people and connect deeply with your people and build trust, that's actually all that really matters. And so putting this external kind of false pressure on ourselves to nail it with content and having these perfect cadences and having these perfect plans for it, the way I see it, the only reason that would matter would be to help us stay focused or stay consistent, but it's not necessary. What is necessary is building trust. Absolutely. But some of these other things that used to be like, you have to have this, or it's not true. People just they want to know you. They want to know the real you. They want to know if they can trust you. They want to be able to see through any external facade. And, what you said, I think is so valuable. At the beginning, when you started doing stuff, it was harder and you just kept doing it. So now you can show up and be the real you and be more authentic and be more confident. And to me, that's like, it's so important. It's just key to all of it working.
Yeah, absolutely. And people chase behind Instagram numbers also. And I say that even if you have like 100 followers, that 100 followers can be your clients. So how do you make that 100 followers your client is completely upon you. And they can be repeat clients also. So you will be having that X number of clientele there. You don't need to chase that 10,000 mark or 1 million mark you have on Instagram that most people do nowadays is chasing the numbers, buying followers, doing everything to the T, but then the end result is nothing. You'll have clients coming in 1 month and next month nothing. So trust building is absolutely important. Be raw.
The number, it doesn't matter for us. And I think this is something that people don't fully understand the distinction. We aren't influencers, although some people could be, but we don't make money from actual platform happenings. Whereas an influencer, that is how they make money. So they need to have a follower count. They need to have engagement because that's what they show companies who give them brand deals. So for them, that is valid. For us, it's not. Our work and our businesses happen offline. So it's a way to build trust. Our social media is a way to build trust. But like you said, the actual number, it doesn't matter. You can have a thriving practice with 100 followers. You can have a thriving practice with no social media presence. more followers, this myth, more followers, it doesn't mean anything for us unless we're able to actually connect deeply, build that trust where someone would convert and become a client and engage with us. And, you know, that goes across with trends and all of these things and using trending audios and all of that. Like, just engagement and just like a viral video for us, it doesn't matter. Sure, a lot of people might see something or engage with it, but that's not the game that we're playing. It's not the business models that we're running, and people aren't doing it on purpose. It's just these kind of myths. I think that people think, oh, well, it needs to be like this, and I need to have a video go viral and lots of people watching. It won't help really unless you're able to build trust and cultivate your community.
True, absolutely true. I think few years back, I think till date, only one of my video has gone viral. And that video went, I shot that video because there was so much talk about one of the eclipses that was coming in and so much misinformation that was going up on Instagram and everywhere on social. And I was like, what are people talking? And then I just wanted to rectify to what everyone was saying. And I just put it up. I was very real and very authentic in that video. Like people love, okay, fancy backgrounds to have nothing. Simple, plain background that I had. And that video reached a lot of people. And I think till date, that's the only video that of mine has reached authentic people because they had that trust in me to see the video. And that's something that's very normal. I don't want videos to reach like 1 million or anything. I need it to reach to the right people who are in alignment at the end of the day, who will listen to it and say, okay, Smriti, I tried these and it really works. And today that happened. One of this cold followers, I could call her, just messaged me that I tried your rituals that you said, and it really worked wonders. Though it was just her first day of doing it, but she tried and she gave me the feedback, which was amazing. I was like, we get people like that also who just watch your videos, they'll not engage with you, they'll not do anything, but at the back end, they'll follow everything to the T. So you just need to have faith in what you're doing and what content you're putting up there. Also, just do what you know. Don't go out there and want to do everything. You can't be putting up everything on social media because at the end, it's going to make you burn out because you'll be like, okay, no, I can post this, I can post this, I can do this, I can show behind the scenes. Like for me, I can't show behind the scenes because I'm so involved with my readings or with my healings that I don't get the time to show. And I'm like, that's something that I will never be able to do it because I don't want to show my healings to the world, what I'm doing for the clients, because that's so sacred and so private that why do you display that on a daily basis?
Something you've brought up a couple times, the burnout thing. I think that one of the things that maybe isn't talked about often enough is that long-term business success, long-term business sustainability is not just financial, it's energetic, it's health, it's well-being. We need to be building and running businesses that work for our bodies, for our nervous system, for our families, our relationships, our own health and well-being are all areas of our life across all of our different domains. It needs to be aligned and it needs to work. Like that is long term. That is laying the foundation for long term sustainability. And a lot of the air quotes old ways of doing business and being in entrepreneurship don't take those things into account, but we have to. We're the way showers. And going back to the social media thing, you've brought up burnout twice now, and it's like also you can't do something that's unsustainable for your energy and your nervous system because even if you made a ton of money, air quotes, a ton of money from it or got a lot of clients for it, it's not sustainable. So all of these things matter. Finances absolutely are a vital piece to it, but not the only piece.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what you're doing is an energy exchange. You're if you are constantly thinking about finances, money, or that, the universe just doesn't get what you're saying because you're chasing after an energy which is not meant for you. The more you chase behind something, the more the universe pulls it away from you. It will test you, it will break you, it will make you go through cycles till you realize that you're chasing something and it's not coming out of, like, it's the chasing energy comes out of greed, it comes out of lust when you are too attached to something. And in spirituality we always say let go of your materialistic side. Only then you will be able to evolve in your spiritual self completely. Yes, if this is your full-time job like it is for me, money is important at the end of the day, but it is not your end goal. Your end goal is also to connect with the correct people and to align with the correct people and how you can help them with your own gifts that you have. But don't go stray from what you charge because I have seen so many people over the time frame that certain amounts they'll do and they'll give a discount or randomly just lower their value completely. Don't do that. Either you charge or you do free. Let's not go in between until unless you are celebrating something big in your life. Only then give that discount out to people or run an offer for a short period of time. That's what I also do, but I believe in not giving discounts to people. And if clients come into me saying that, oh, you're too expensive, I'm like, it's okay. Our energies will not align. And something you might not understand my work. I don't charge for money. I charge for transformation and clarity that you're going to receive in this session. So that's something that most of the people till date don't get it. And people who get you will pay you without questioning. That's something that everyone needs to remember. It's like something that I keep reminding myself also from time to time that you will find the correct people and they will come to you whenever you are in proper alignment.
Is there anything on this journey of yours running your practice that has felt especially harder or heavier than you thought it should or thought it would?
When I had to move my practice back to my home country, that felt really hard for me because that was not expected and universe just did its magic for me. And I had to start back from scratch again. So I had to rebuild myself, rebuild my brand in a home country that I was already working in before. But I did have a gap and we did not have social media when I had started working. So people were not very known, but yes, word of mouth was very, very high for me. But at that point of time, I did want to reach out to wider audience also. And that's something I felt that I couldn't do from my home country, which was again a big challenge for me and a block in my own mindset, which I had to change and tackle with from time to time.
Before we finish our conversation today, I want to ask you about the cost. If you're not able to continue to steward your work and your practice to where you see the vision of it being possible, what's the cost? What's the cost to you, to others, to the world?
Honestly, this is my passion. So I don't do anything out of if I'm not passionate about. So something if I'm not passionate about, I'll not touch that. And I do want to reach out to people. And I feel that the more people connect with me, they'll understand what I bring onto the table because what I do is not everyone that's doing in this field. We do have a lot of people who do a lot of different things. But when people do come for my sessions, like my clarity call that people call it, I combine three modalities. Like I do tarot, numerology, signature analysis. It's almost a 30 to 35 minutes session over Zoom. So that's something that really transforms people's life. And I feel that if I can't reach out to more people, they'll be losing out on something what's more essential for them. And instead of gaining something, they'll be losing out on what I can offer them. Because my clairvoyant gift sometimes surprises me to till this date. Because when I am so connected in the reading, I genuinely, there are times I don't remember what I have spoken in sessions because it's just my clairvoyant gift that starts up there. And once the session's over, I'll be like, I have no idea what's happened in this session. And if the client comes up and asks me, I'll be like, I'm going to send you the recording for it. So that's something that I always believe in. And somewhere there are so many people in this universe that need help. They need clarity and they need transformation. So we are the best people out there that can help them with that. Because right now there are so many scammers in this field who ruin everything and give them a really bad experience. And I'm sorry for whoever has dealt with this. And movies and our TV shows don't make it easy for us to be in this field because of the things that they portray about us, they portray about witches or tarot readers. It's not something that I would like to see on TV, rather show a more authentic version of a tarot card reader or a witch or a healer rather than being so flamboyant and over the top all the time. So that's something that's
Absolutely. Smriti, thank you so much for joining me today to have this conversation. And for those of you who are listening, if any part of this resonated, you're in the right place, please reach out. I want to hear from you. And if you want to reach Smriti directly, the links to her website and to her Instagram profile are in the show notes. Thank you again, Smriti, and to everyone else, thank you for listening. And we'll see you for the next episode of Ren Behind the Practice.